I'm not a fan of many things, but Middle-earth and stories revolving around it made me a fan long time ago. Read most of the books and watched all the movies, and still it holds special place in my life. So obviously when Gollum got announced, it piqued my interest. First of all, that is an interesting idea to create a game around quite peculiar side character. Other thing that came to mind was that it has to be some sort of a story-driven stealth game. Considering the travels Gollum had, we might get the chance of seeing from first perspective Mordor and or Misty Mountains, which is exciting for a Middle-earth fan. Then I saw the Delic Entertainment are developing it, which was a good sign at the time, even though I haven't played any of their games since Blackguards, which was a solid tactical RPG. They are famous for their Deponia adventure series, so considering the mix of genres they had their hands in, it wasn't such a leap of faith that Gollum might turn out at least decent. Holy fuck was I wrong. It is one of the worst games I have played in my life. I haven't played many truly abysmal games and can recall from last couple of years only two really bad games that got score of 3, and those are Valkyrie Elysium and Werewolf the Apocalypse. However, at least they had some semblance of anything that could get people to play for a couple of hours to at least showcase what crap they're playing. You know Gollum is a 1 out of 10 game after an hour. Don't reload YouTube, use settings to increase video quality, or curse me for making such a muddy video, because this is what the game actually looks like. With framerate issues next to that, of course. Not even gonna comment on the fact they let the game release in this state. I'm guessing Nacon, the publisher, had their say in the release date, because a developer in most cases won't let crap like this roll out. Then again, despite the technical issues, game really hasn't been above abysmal in every other department, so what do I know? Technical issues I can understand, but everything else this game is cannot be understood and explained as to how the fuck was this even an idea. I didn't beat the game because why should I? Consider this early review or first impression video, but definitely score wouldn't change for the better, and it can't get any worse. Not spending one more minute outside of first 5 hours or so, because the game clearly ain't getting any better. Right off the bat, terrible presentation comes into focus. Graphically, game looks like it is from early 2000s, and animation-wise game plays like that period in the 90s when 3D games first started coming out. Gollum voiceover, which would be kinda a priority to nail right, is really bad. Such an unconvincing performance. I wasn't expecting Andrew Serkis, of course, but at least someone who would immerse me into the character, since this is after all a story-driven game.
No cheer, death not to fear. Time is not spent, roses has no scent. At nothing you can marvel without me.
Well, let's see how he responds to some light.
Gandalf voiceover ain't bad though, and couple orcs early on sound decent, so there is something not bad in the game.
Long before the Dunedain found him. The darkness grows beyond our borders. My people are growing anxious. We cannot let this evil linger among us.
Gollum's story we are experiencing is his torture and escape from Mordor. That is the first part of Fellowship of the Ring movie timeline-wise. Gameplay is the most boring one imaginable. Basic actions like jumping and climbing traversals are what you're gonna be doing for the most part. First assignment is to catch a bug. Fun times. Second assignment, collect tags from dead workers. Menial tasks are what the game is consisting of for the most part during first 5 hours or so. Game is dragging you through black pits left and right. Gollum and other prisoners want to escape a black pit, so they all use each other for different tasks. Something like Escape from Butcher Bay game, but if done in an abysmal way. There are almost no real mechanics due to being extremely simple. Not only animations, but gameplay is also from the mid-90s era, so mind-numbingly boring. Stealth mechanics, if you can call them mechanics, are as shallow as you'll ever see. Throw rocks and stick to the shadows. Unrealistic turn rate, suspect line of sight at times, terrible and unconvincing stealth kills. Controls are very inconsistent, and often death comes due to unresponsiveness and lack of precision, which is always fun. Path forward, albeit linear, sometimes it's not clear enough, which can lead to cheap deaths. Thankfully, checkpoints are frequent, so there won't be a lot of time lost to these deaths. There is one interesting element in the whole game, which is the reason why I would give it 2 out of 10 in the potential department once technical issues have been fixed, and that is Gollum-Smeagol duality. Usually at the end of every chapter, Gollum and Smeagol get into an argument as to which path to choose, and that affects the situation he is in. Nice feature. Not much else to say aside to avoid this disgrace at all costs. The only reason why I, as a Middle-earth fan, would continue playing is to see which other locations are in the game and how they look like. Thankfully we have YouTube to see how the whole game looks from channels of poor bastards that had to play this till the end. God respect Angry Video Game Nerd for playing terrible games. It ain't easy, people. I can't even force myself to finish this one. Anyway, that would be all. See you soon.
Hanging in the spider's web.
Did you say a name? Speak louder.
The frail man is no use to us.